Easter portrait, which was the Easter portrait that was taken before she died. You know, she has on shoes, so it's a representation of her. And this is a lot of the Victorian type stuff that they had. There's a stump next to her, and that stump is a life cut short. She has ivy going around the stump. Ivy is for eternity, everlasting life. Her name is spelled in acacia branches, which is for rebirth. This is also a cradle grave. So in front of that, there's a little cradle. And what they would have done back in the day is planted flowers for the different times of the year. So like, you know, in January or whatever, there would have been pansies, and in the spring there would have been, you know, daffodils or whatever, and in the summer, you know, you would have come out all the time to replant the flowers based on whatever was, you know, blooming or whatever at that point in time. Gracie's parents ran different hotels after she died, and then they went back up north, which was where they were all from, and they died up there. And so once Gracie had been left with no contact with the family for like, I think it's 100 years, 150 years, then she began what they call an orphan grave. There was a rumors about Gracie was that if you came out here on a summer's day and you, on a full moon, and you walked around her or something like that, and you touched her, you know, it'd be like she was alive because she was warm. Well, she's marble, and it's Savannah, and it's hot, and yes, she's everything's warm here. But it got so crazy to the point where they broke her nose. You can see where her nose is broken. So that's kind of where the Bonaventure Historical Society took her over as an orphan grave, and that's why there is a fence around her. There's also rumors that you have to pay a toll to Gracie. So I think we've kind of cleaned her out, but sometimes you come out here, there's lots of money in there. Some people or Gracie will curse you.
I don't think a child would curse
seeing
me.
Gracie, you know, there's all kinds of things. People report, you know, seeing Gracie up by the gatekeeper's cottage, all those types of things. I've been out here all times of night. I've never seen any ghosts. I've never seen anything. But anyway, what we do is eventually we'll go in there and we'll clean it out. We put all the money in the general fund. But they'll put toys in there. They'll do all kinds of stuff for Gracie. It's very interesting. But Gracie is probably our most visited grave. Obviously, it used to be the Bird Girl, but the Bird Girl is at Telfair Academy now. She is in an exhibit that makes her look like she did whenever she was out here. After the book, people got kind of a little wild. Someone wrapped a chain around the Bird Girl and tried to steal her. She's a 5,000-pound bronze sculpture. I mean, I don't know if y'all know. If y'all know what I'm talking about, the book, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. So she was on the bluff in the Trousdale plot, but she was at the very back of the Trousdale plot. And so you had to walk over, like, I don't know, I'll show you up here, that like 10 or 12 cushion graves. And so people were walking all over the graves to get to where the Bird Girl was. And so someone wrapped a chain around her and tried to steal her at one point in time. They broke a piece of the granite that she sits on. And but like I said, she's 5,000 pounds, so obviously they weren't able to do that because it's a bronze cast sculpture. And so then the family wanted her taken out. Now, recently the family's talked about putting another one out here, which will be a whole different thing. But so Gracie, after the Bird Girl, was probably the most visited grave here. But she's locked up because, you know, breaking the nose and that kind of thing. You'll see on several of these graves out here that they've broken fingers off. People have done all kinds of interesting things. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. But anyway, John Waltz carved her. He signed her. He charged more when he signed. He is, yeah, see somebody's throwing some money over there. Somebody's throwing some money in there. And, I don't know, money, toys, that kind of thing. Over behind you is George Wiley. Wiley Island here is named after George Wiley. He was part of the Weeping Times. I don't know if y'all have heard of that. In Port Wentworth, there was the largest slave auction on the East Coast. Happened in Fort